Why people are leaving Charleston, South Carolina, and why you'll probably love it here. People are leaving Charleston in droves, and they just can't handle it anymore. It's all over TikTok, all over Instagram, and honestly, maybe you shouldn't move here either, unless, of course, you like sunshine, incredible food, right? And living where everyone else vacations. Will stick around, because today I'm diving into the top reasons people are leaving Charleston, South Carolina. And here's the kicker. If you hear these and think to yourself, maybe that doesn't sound so bad, right? Then you might have just found your perfect new hometown. So let's get into it right now. Hey everyone, Ryan McHugh here with the Living in Charleston YouTube channel. If you're new here, I help people just like you figure out whether or not Charleston is the right place to call home. So be sure to hit the subscribe and tap that bell so you don't miss any of my weekly updates and weekly videos where I go through neighborhoods, lifestyle, all of it. Doesn't really matter. Listen, we didn't come here to talk about this. Let's dive into the video right now. All right, let's kick it off with this. The obvious. People leave Charleston because of the heat and the humidity. Summers here can just feel like you're living inside of a warm blanket. A warm, wet blanket.
Man, oh man, that's gross.
And to be honest, there's not a whole lot that's gonna change that because it is a subtropical climate. But let's be real. If you hate winter just like I do, because I was from Buffalo, New York, where it snowed pretty much 6 months out of the year. And yeah, I don't have to have a snow shovel here, no frozen windshield, no seasonal depression, no neighbor pissed because I blew my snow in that direction and the wind carried it into his yard and now it's in his yard and you get into an argument with your neighbor. Oh my God, it's just none of that. And so, yeah, I'll take the warm humidity. Yeah, absolutely. Just remember, you're gonna have long beach days and year-round outdoor fun. If you can't handle a little sweat, this just might not be your place. But if you love wearing flip-flops in February or Crocs, you're gonna fit right in. You'll do fine. You'll be fine. It is 78 degrees. I'm in here sweating and I'm like, why am I so hot today? I went to the gym. I was in the sauna for a good amount of time, so maybe that's why. And nope, my wife is trying to kill me. 78 degrees in here. I'm in here sweating like a baboon. I just did. No tea. It's getting hot. Feed me tea lately too. Listen, if anything happens to me, you ask for a blood test. Coroner's report or something. All right, let's move on. Reason number 2, the bugs are relentless. So some folks pack up and leave because they just can't handle the bugs. The mosquitoes, palmetto bugs, no-see-ums. But here's the thing. Bugs thrive in beautiful, lush coastal environments. You know what doesn't have bugs? A desert. So you know what else it doesn't have? Beaches and fresh seafood. So I gotta tell you, get yourself a screen porch and some good bug spray, and you'll survive just fine. And listen, if you don't have a screen porch, I'd think about having one put in. Biggest game changer. Biggest game changer. 100%. All right, reason number 3, traffic is brutal. One of the biggest complaints you'll hear is traffic. And yes, I-26 can be a parking lot at rush hour, and getting downtown on a Saturday night, well, you might want to plan ahead. But let's be honest, people don't leave Charleston because they hate traffic. They leave because they expect to live in paradise with 0 other humans, okay? Traffic exists because everyone wants to be here. And compared to other major cities like Atlanta, DC, New York, our traffic, this is just a warm-up for those cities. I mean, like, this isn't even really traffic, okay? And I get it. Some of you are gonna be like, well, we came from Ohio or Midwest, Oklahoma or whatever. I don't care. My point is, it's everywhere. Everybody has a different, baseline for what traffic is. And this isn't really that bad. It could be a lot worse. I will say that. But those people complaining about it, I get it. You're like, it takes me an hour to get to 5 minutes. I get that. There's some areas that are much worse than others, but in hindsight, it's not as bad if you were living in DC, New York, again, bigger metropolitan cities. So moving on. Reason number 4, housing prices are climbing. Another big one, cost of living, people. So a lot of people leave Charleston because they got priced out or they didn't plan for the growth. But you know what that really means? Charleston is a desirable place to live. And if you bought 5 years ago, you probably built some good equity in those 5 years. And if you're buying today, yeah, it's competitive, but it's also an incredible investment in a region that just keeps growing. And I mean, whether you love it or hate it, because the traffic keeps growing, it's just gonna keep things rolling. And we're gonna have more stores, more shopping. It's just going to grow into its own city and really benefits all of us. All right, moving on to reason number 5, hurricanes and flooding. So some of you are just like, nope, Brian, I did this. We went through a storm. We saw the water come up, into the street. Not doing that again. We are done. And it's like, okay. Coastal living isn't all sunsets and sandcastles, okay? Hurricanes are real and certain areas flood. For some people, that's a deal breaker. And for some clients that I recently had that we've sold their home, it was a deal breaker. They just couldn't handle the idea of prepping for a storm or dealing with the insurance if something did happen. But here's the truth. Every beautiful place has its challenge. California has its wildfires and Newsom. The Midwest has tornadoes. The Northeast has blizzards. I mean, we have storms, and we also have heads up weeks in advance to prepare. So you can't be like one of those people like, well, I didn't know the storm was coming. I thought it was going to be next week. I don't know. You can't be one of those people. They tell you, they're like, hey, pack your shit up, get out, board your doors and windows up, and hopefully when you come back after the storm's gone, you still have a home. But that's why you carry flood insurance here. Most people do. Modern building codes here are actually pretty incredibly strong. I gotta tell you, I've talked to a lot of contractors and they're telling me, they're like, hey man, like houses we're putting in today, pretty good. They're pretty strong, especially the ones that have to be on the water, near the water. So some of you are concerned about this new construction. Like some of these houses are getting straight up concrete exteriors. So I mean, I'm telling you, the building codes for those areas are incredibly strong. So it's just something to keep in mind. Reason number 6, there is too many tourists. So tourism is a blessing and it's a curse. Charleston is actually a top vacation destination and wedding destination, which means during peak season, downtown and beaches are just packed. Some locals absolutely hate it. They don't want to share their city at all. But you know what tourism brings? Amazing restaurants, fun events, thriving small businesses, and jobs and money. Would you rather live in a boring place no one visits? I mean, like, I'll give you a place if you guys want to Google it. West Valley, New York. Would you rather live there?
It's pretty dang exciting, huh?
Or in a city people travel from all over the world to experience? I mean, it's a no-brainer, and that's kind of why we're here, right? You know, we were like, listen, we just want to be somewhere where it's beautiful, it's historic, you have beaches, and it's just like box check, box check, box check. So Charleston does that for a lot of families and a lot of people. Reason number 7, growth in construction. Now, people are leaving because they're like, we can't deal with all this construction, Ryan. Like, there's just way too much being built up. I mean, everywhere you go, they're expanding roads. How did you think they were going to fix the traffic problem if they couldn't build more roads because it impacts you? Like, how did you think that was going to happen? Did you have a plan? The roads were going to magically appear. Got it. Yeah, that's not how any of that works. So people will leave because Charleston is growing fast. New neighborhoods, new schools, new stores, and yes, that means construction, lots of construction, road widenings. Some folks want their little coastal town frozen in time. Better talk to Elsa. But growth also means more options, better hospitals, more amenities, and exciting new communities to choose from, like Nexton, Cane Bay, Point Hope. So if you want sleepy and stagnant, this just isn't gonna be your vibe. But if you love seeing a city evolve, Charleston is just electric right now. That's why I love it. It's why I'm living here. I'm not going anywhere. Like, I wanna see this bad boy grow to its full potential.
I'm so excited.
All right, reason number 8, Southern culture just isn't for everyone. Oh, it sure isn't. So here's one thing you might not expect. Charleston has deep roots, hospitality, tradition, and yes, sweet tea at every meal. Yeah, they love their sweet tea here. But some people come here and they just don't vibe with the slower pace or the friendly small town feel. But for most of us, that's exactly why we love it. Now, I get it. There's folks out there who are like, you know, there's just not enough of this in Charleston. Charleston needs this. Everybody starts coming in and bringing in their opinion. Charleston needs this. We need to have this place, or we got to do it like we did it back in so and so place. And I'm not naming it specifically. You guys will figure it out. And so it's just. This is what I'm talking about. You have to adapt when you move here. It's a lifestyle change. Whatever you did at home, great. Come here, plan to learn how to play pickleball. Say yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. High five your friends, see your neighbors, talk to them, learn how to smoke meats. I'm not really sure. There's not a whole guide. I'm gonna probably have to put one together. But honestly, this is how you adapt and move into this society. So if you're looking to get here and adapt and kind of be a part of the culture, you really need to be able to step outside of your own self and kind of learn the way things are done here and be open to learning, talking to people. I always say, like, I love talking to natives. I love talking to people who were born here. And I also love talking to people who just got here or people who have been here for a while, because everyone's got a different mindset. But most everybody who's been here a while, who's adapted here, they're here because they love it. And I got to tell you, that's one of the biggest draws. So people hold the doors open here. Your neighbors actually know your name. Sunday dinners are a big deal. People go to church. They pray. I mean, it's a different way of life here. All right, moving through our list. Now, quick little thing. If you guys are enjoying what I'm talking about, do me a favor, hit that like button. But more importantly, if you're looking to relocate here in the Charleston area, West Ashley, Mount Pleasant, James Island, Johns Island, Daniel Island, doesn't matter, Somerville, wherever you're thinking about, give me a call, shoot me a text, 843-226-5535. Your neighborhood expert, Ryan McHugh, realtor extraordinaire. I do a little bit of everything. Problem solve. You got issues going on, I can help you with it all. And you need somebody to hang your TV after you move in? I got you. I've got a guy. And so that's one of the best parts about working with me, is I will help you and facilitate this entire process. So be sure to do that. Now, moving on to reason number 9, wildlife is everywhere. So a lot of people are leaving Charleston because of the wildlife problem. You may say, problem, Ryan, what is going on? Well, we have alligators, okay? Those are basically dinosaurs that still roam the earth. And then we have snakes, copperheads, a various amount of venom snakes. So you don't really want to go trampling through the woods here. Not highly recommended. And the occasional dolphin in the creek. Now you might be going, well, what's wrong with a dolphin? Nothing. But some people just consider that wildlife. And you also will see the manatees in the creek near Shem Creek. But Charleston has a ton of wildlife. And for some people moving here, kind of freaks them out the first time they see a gator on a golf course or walking across the street. But here's the thing. The wildlife just means a thriving natural ecosystem. So if you were somebody who's like, hey, I'm really pro-earth, pro-green trees, all that stuff, so is Charleston. And that's why we have this thriving ecosystem. So if you respect it and you learn how to live with it, it's part of the magic of the Low Country. And we don't want that to go away. Like, I know people always say, like, oh, get rid of all the, all the alligators, get rid of all the snakes and stuff. Yeah, they're here. It's their area first. Like, we're just imposing on them. So
Get off my land.
got to kind of learn to live with them. All right, moving on. Reason number 10, the pace of change can be overwhelming. So Charleston is balancing historic charm with rapid modernization. And I'm telling you, some folks leave because they just can't handle seeing the old Charleston evolve with the new development. So recently they tore a building down that had been there for years and years, hundreds of years. They tore it down because they're gonna put a new building in, but it was because that building was becoming structurally unsound. And sometimes that happens. I mean, it was a city as old as Charleston, that's going to happen. Last thing you'd want is a building collapsing and falling on someone and someone getting hurt. So I understand the people's complaints. They don't want to see Charleston become all new buildings and new restaurants and things, but that's exactly what keeps our city vibrant. You have the new mixed with the old. You're honoring the past while creating a unique looking future. One of the absolute reasons why I think Charleston just has a very special look and feel. And if you're gonna move here, you gotta love it. All right, moving on to reason number 11. Charleston's a lifestyle commitment, and not everyone signed up for that same commitment. And so what do I mean? Well, some people leave because Charleston just didn't fit their lifestyle. This isn't the city for someone who wants endless nightlife or big city anonymity, but if you're looking for community, outdoor adventure, and a strong family-friendly vibe, this is the jackpot. I mean, I tell people this all the time. I'm like, listen, if you're coming here to be a party, you're like, you think this is Miami? This is not Miami. This is like low country, hang back, upscale, beers by the creeks, you know? I mean, like it's a much more laid back vibe, but it's nice. And so, you know, it's just depending on what you're looking for. So if you're someone who's coming from like an area like California, New York City, and you're expecting that same kind of lifestyle, you may just not find it in Charleston. All right, moving on. Reason number 12. Boy, oh boy, it's red, it's conservative, and they're proud of it. We love our guns, Jesus, and smoking meats. And if that's not what the good Lord intended, I don't know what is. This area is strong in faith, pro-America, pro-police. I mean, we are big on pro-police. So, I mean, if you're a woke psycho leftist who just wants to see anarchy and cancel everything and try to rewrite history, this isn't your place. You can pack it up and head on out. I hear California is still taking applications. Plus, Governor Newsom needs more people to tax. So, if you love freedom, good barbecue, and neighbors who wave at you from their porch, you'll feel right at home here, guys. And I'll be there to greet you. All right, so there you have it. The top reasons people are leaving Charleston, South Carolina. But if you're watching this and thinking, wait, those are exactly the reasons I want to move there, then you're my kind of people. Give me a call, shoot me a text. And if you're serious about exploring a move here, let's chat. Head over to my website, www.buyfromrye.com. Go ahead and register, and I will be more than happy to connect and talk to you soon. And if you want to keep learning about the good, the bad, and the funny parts of living here, click this video right here.